I've been writing code since I was 13, and this year I mostly stopped. I used to dread this. Like, there's a certain kind of technical founder who stopped coding ages ago and only handles admin now, and I promised myself early on that I'd never turn into that person. And I did pretty well. Like, I coded everything on my own for the first 5 years before vibe coding, and I was still pretty hands on even after I brought two members onto my technical team. What I loved about coding was pretty specific, I guess. I jumped straight into the code with a new problem, build out the solution as I go until I got the satisfaction of a clean pattern or beautiful logic that was modular and maintainable. The problem is the act of coding has fundamentally changed. Like, AI does all of that now, and honestly, way better than I could. It's become difficult to justify spending my time that way anymore when the new alternative does it in a fraction of the time. The other thing is, I used to need long stretches of time for deep work, like at least 2 hours, or I don't feel like I have time to get into anything code wise. And that was fine when it was just me, but it stopped working the moment I had a team because I disappear into a block and people would be sitting there for days waiting on me for something. I took on a big feature right around the time I started hiring, and it took forever to finish because I kept needing to unblock people. It became the bane of my existence. And when we finally launched, I promised myself I wouldn't do that again. I guess I make a lot of promises to myself. So I told my team a little while ago that I'd step away from owning big features and mostly coding. I'm pivoting more towards growth, strategy, and marketing, which makes sense for a CEO. Now my day is sometimes meetings and mostly smaller tasks that take between 5 and 20 minutes, which I really enjoy. I also play product manager now and make sure our linear stays organized. Turns out growth and strategy satisfy the same itch that coding used to. The problems are similar, but the solutions are a bit more abstract. Like, there's a lot more guessing, and sometimes you don't know if something works until weeks or months later. But after 7 years of running this company and focusing mainly on technical problems, I'm pretty excited to shift to a new set of challenges. So I guess in the end, I did become the founder who stopped coding, but it just looks nothing like what I thought it would.